Hello. Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Excellent. I'm not sure where to find Lisa when she comes in. Excellent. Hello, everybody. I don't know how to do the chat from here. Huh. All right. I gotta Google something. Hey. Let me Google something here, you guys. I need pictures. Hello. Yeah, every 45 seconds, Brian. And in case a troll comes in, because I have it set for just the subscribers to chat. But sometimes the trolls subscribe. Hey, Kim. Hey, Mega Karen. Hmm. Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm just Googling some stuff because I have to use my phone for this live stream. Like a clock. Yeah, I don't see a clock. I hope I don't screw this up. I know. Don't do that. Oh, geez, it's not. I need a picture. Hi. So I'm just looking this. I'm on my computer and I'm trying to see what the waiting room icon looks like. Yeah. I didn't ask you that. Hello, Claire. Hello, Albuquerque, Arkansas. This guy's not telling me anything. Give me a picture. Ugh. Um, yeah, we're not doing live read is going to be the first Friday of every month. So tonight we're doing I'm waiting on Lisa Murray, and I'm not sure how to let her in because this is not being helpful. Hey, Deborah. Hello. Hey, Ward. Yeah, Philip, it took me about a year to get in to get my neck operated on. Oops. Don't want that. No. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Love me some filters. What is this? Oh, no, we don't need that. What is this? No, don't need that. Or stop pushing buttons. I'm going to end the stream by mistake. Hey, you guys. Oh, Laura, yeah. Funny puppies. Just maxing and relax. No, I can do it on my phone. Actually, it popped up a split screen. I shouldn't have gone to full screen. Now I don't know how to get out of it. StreamYard. Yeah, I tried StreamYard yesterday for my laptop. I was like, I'm not paying you people $35 a week. Sorry. I'll use my phone. Hello to the kitty cats. Hello, Kim, Foxy Roxy, E Groove, Hugger Greeter. I can hook my phone up to my computer. Let me see if she's on. Oh, you guys even a secret. Pick actually a shower curtain. All right. It's the connection. Good advice. Hear me now. Try that. All right. Better. Linda can hear me. Yeah. Jazz or the bird sound. Let me see. Can you hear me now? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see if Lisa has tried to get in yet. Excellent. I didn't do anything. I handed it over to my higher power. Sometimes that's all you can do. Hey, Lauren. We'll wait about 7 more minutes. I'll be right back. Okay. Boom. Going to be tonight is we're waiting on Lisa Murray. May not happen. I do see the hearts. Thank you. So many hearts, so little time. So anywho, yeah. So tonight is just every Thursday we're gonna do a live stream, and then on the first Friday of every month we'll do the members only. Oh, thanks for showing up. Just me. Hey, Denise. Hey, Ange. How are you, Mama? She was, Brian? How to become a member? Well, on any of my, well, no, not any, but like the Can We Talk video would have the last one, which was, I think, yesterday. There would be a join button. If you can't find the join button, I there's a link. Like if you have an Apple, you're probably not going to see a join button. Some do, some don't. But if you don't, Uh, Send me an email, and I'll email you back the link. Hey, blessed Rebecca. Yeah, there is a link in the description. That's right. Thank you, Nanette. Hey, Melanie. I don't know if they can search and join. They might be able to. Yeah, it's getting kind of late. I have not gotten a response. See, I shouldn't have gone full screen. The screen before the one I'm on. This is full screen. The screen before that was next to my mug was a waiting on guest. Um, she's in Arizona. She said it would be 6:30 her time. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Yeah, I know, Brian. That's what she said, and then she texted me, said she was home getting herself together. Hello, Karen. Oh, you're not late, Joanne. Right, socks? Yeah, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do what we did last week, but I've got some things written down, but for the most part, you shine your light where you think it's needed the most. All right, we'll give it one more minute, and then I'm gonna keep my eyes open though, so I can hopefully see when she's in the waiting room. Maybe she got hung up. That's all right. If we don't do it this week, we'll do it next week. Oh, you found it. Okay, Melanie, good. Oh, Rumper's going to be gone way before Christmas, darling. Love you too, Melanie, my girl. Yeah, I can't even respond through a chat. Oh, thank you, Socks. It is. You need to be fair. I'm trying to get rich. I don't know. All of the everybody's pendulums, Brian, are saying March. But Mystic Shadow said, like dominoes, one falls and the rest fall. Oh, thank you, Melody. Okay, Philip. Hope you feel better, honey. We'll send you some. We'll send you some light too, sweetie. Oh, good, Tina. Yeah, you're coming up green there. Oh, there she is. Woohoo!
Hey!
Hey, hello.
Hello, I'm so sorry I'm late. I laid down and I fell asleep. So I just
It's
got up.
okay.
Ah,
It's all right.
yay,
You got to
YouTube
rest.
Live. Pardon me?
You got to rest.
That's right. I had to refocus after a long and crazy day. So wow, this is very easy because all I did was just click on the link and then I was here.
And I was worried because my screen started out with like we are now, and then I poked a button, and then I was all big. I didn't. Well, I don't know how it works, and now I know.
Yeah,
That was
okay,
too
good.
easy. Too easy.
I don't think I've ever even seen a live that looks like this on YouTube, where there's like the both together thing. I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah,
nice.
you know who does that is oh geez, Linda G. I think
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right.
she'll have like 4.
Oh, okay. So it's like a grid. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah,
Hi,
I
everybody in
call
the
it this
chat.
the Zoomy Wood the Zoomy Wood squares.
That's a good one. The Zoomy Wood Squares. So, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Good.
Have me some potatoes and green beans. I feel all better now.
No, good. Yeah, I'll have my dinner after the live. I was gonna try to eat, but it just I ended up helping take care of my mom's dogs and all this other stuff. So hi KJ. I do kind of like the format of this. I mean, the black background with the text is easier to see than on TikTok.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't sure. Well, wasn't sure about any of it, but it's like because I've heard people doing these shared screens, going, well, I need to get on my laptop so I can read the chat, and
yeah.
so here I am researching it, and Spirit goes, you don't need to go through all that crap, Shelly. Keep it simple. So I just
Well,
Googled, can I see? Yeah, I've been using ChatGPT too. I get better answers.
oh god, I love that. Hi Brian. Well, and my glasses are for far away, so I don't wear them on my lives because I need to see the chat. So like that's why I'm always so close because I have to see the chat on there. Yeah, exactly. That it's like a full face, like Lisa. Uh,
Funny.
um, yeah. So today's the new moon in Pisces.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what that means, the new moons bring in the stuff that you okay, let me start at the beginning. Full moons are for putting out your wishes, your dreams, your wants, your manifestations. What do you want to manifest? In the meantime, because it's going dark, it's removing the negativity and whatever needs to be removed. And it also recharges you at the same time. So the new moon is, because it's going bright, it's bringing in those manifestations.
Got
So
it.
it's a pain in the rear end, but I put my crystals and my cards on the new moon and the full moon in the window.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it's actually easy for me. I just keep my curtains open in my room, in my workspace, and there
Yeah,
it is.
right.
But yeah. So tell us about the new moon in Pisces.
I don't know a lot. I just know that a lot of us are probably really tired right now. I know that there's a lot going on with just energy wise with Pisces, and I was looking at it earlier, like a couple hours ago, and I have like the worst unless I have notes, and I didn't take notes. But there's a lot of interesting things happening right now. Like I think 3 of the 4 planets are all aligned today, and then that mixed with the new moon in Pisces. I'm really looking forward to Neptune moving out of Pisces. I don't remember when that happens. I think it happens in March, right? But I think that's what's been messing up my life. you know, I've been blaming it on Pluto and Aquarius, but I think well, that is also true because I dealt with a lot of losses. But I think it's a lot of it is the Neptune situation too, because that's been since 2011, and that's when things got really hard for me. So mine didn't start in like 2008. I was actually fine then. It was 2011 that everything went crazy. So, anyways, I didn't answer your question about new moon and Pisces. I actually don't remember. I just
It's
remember
okay.
that I just know what I know about Pisces. So,
Well, Pisces is emotion.
yeah, an illusion.
Yeah, yeah. So there it's heightened, and I've noticed that. Because I'm
Hmm.
like every morning I'm bawling over. Don't show me an ASPCA commercial.
Oh, I know.
Don't show me a Shriners commercial.
Hmm.
I turn my TV off, or I'm sitting here. Oh, yeah. I watched a movie today, and I was like, oh, I'm messing up my makeup. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah,
Cleanse
it's
and
a
release.
lot.
Cleanse and release.
Yeah. And it's a lot for us. I know you've talked about it in the past, and I did see Linda G talk about it recently. And I've been dealing with it with, people in the comments. Sometimes they're putting their, negativity or, they're mad, they're frustrated. And I understand it, believe me. And it's hard sometimes for us because we want to be the light. We want to help as much as we can, but sometimes it really like it's hard to see that kind of heavy energy in the chat or private message. um but it's understandable. Like I had a couple today, like people just being like nothing's gonna happen, like very very negative, I guess I should say. And I never know how to handle that. I feel like just going, don't talk like that. It's not going to help anything. You have to hold on, hold the line, soldier. But then I understand it too, because I know that I feel the same way. I feel that way every day. Every day I think we're crazy, that all of this is going downhill. Actually, I was helping my mom all day, and I saw an old friend of hers, and how you don't know whether they're like MAGA or not. So you're like, so you're trying to figure it out. And I get you're like, isn't it crazy what's going on right now? And then finally I realized, okay, good, they're not, and they're outraged just like we are. And so just talking to them felt really good. But and they actually work for TSA, and they're getting all the craziness too. Like they just told me a lot of crazy stuff. Did someone say something about oh, thank you, Denise. Oh, you have a wonderful moderator in here. How nice.
Yes. Couple. We have Denise and we have Jennifer. Just me, Hawaii.
Thank you, Denise and Jennifer. You're wonderful
Yes.
people.
So kind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of I'm kind of, my brain is scattered. I'm realizing that. Um it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm just shocked that there's still people that defend him. And I understand that they're whatever they are, but it's just I almost think there's more now, or maybe they're just being outspoken. I don't know what do
No,
you think of that?
their energy's stronger. They're angrier
Yeah.
because I think that they actually do see it, but they just don't
Mm,
want to admit it.
yeah,
They
right.
don't want to. Well, I was wrong. No, it's hard. It's hard to say I was wrong.
Yeah. Did you see the woman, was it Mothers of Patriots or whatever? She had blonde, like long blonde hair, but you saw her, right? She
No,
was
go ahead and
yelling at
tell me.
everybody in a protest. I mean, the levels that she was taking it to with children, and like yelling, and they were saying, "Get away from the children." And It was like, I feel like I don't want us to go in that direction. So when I saw that, it kind of upset me because they were really kind of almost getting physical with her. The women, they were just like, get away from the kids. And we're all like, we've had it. It's like you're saying, the emotions are high. We're burned out. We're tired of the Trump and Elon show 24/7. We want to go back to when politicians did their jobs and we heard from them every now and then. And we're like, thank you. Yeah, we agree with that. Go back to work. Now it's like every day, all day. It's too much. And I don't watch the news, so I don't get it like that. But I get it because when I go live, people come in and they go, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? What do you think about this? And it's like, I want to address it, but sometimes I just want to say, let's stop talking about it. Like let's just focus on changing the energy somehow. But we can't because we have to pay attention to it at the same time. So it's tricky.
I feel like we are changing the energy. The stuff like we're doing right now, that's changing the energy. People are learning to redirect their thoughts back to, grounding themselves. Notice your feet on the floor. Pay attention to your breathing. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you see? Just,
Yeah.
ground, refocus.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I'm not even good at it, but I'm aware and I'm consistently working on just, okay. When I'm sitting here by myself, when I'm not looking at comments or anything or dealing with the YouTube uh, situation, I'm not thinking about him.
Right.
Now that I think on it, I'm not thinking about him or that other doofus.
Yeah.
I, they're not, it's like if he was standing in front of me, I'd say, I'm don't think about you. Even as I'm looking at you, I'm not thinking about you. That's how I feel about him. It's because I understand that we need him. We needed to change.
Mhm.
There's a reason that he's here. This is his soul contract. And I hate to inform people, but we are connected to this person on a soul level
Right.
because he is a spiritual being, even though he's a butthole.
He's a spiritual butthole.
He is. So that helps me have a little bit more compassion for him.
Yeah. What I'm trying to get everybody to move towards, and I started yesterday. It may have been, that Schumann resonance thing that just spiked up yesterday. I still don't really, I guess like the Earth's magnetics, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyways, I was working on my computer and I just got this feeling. Usually I go live at night and something told me go live right now. And it was like 10:30 in the morning. So I did. I went live and I just felt like I was channeling. Like everything I was saying was just coming out of me like a hose. And I wasn't like, usually I interact with everybody. I wasn't doing as much interaction. And really, like, I feel fired up about pay attention to what you're learning right now. Everybody is learning. Everyone says FAFO for MAGA, but we're all learning too. And if you're not learning something right now, you're not paying attention. You are supposed to be learning right now. Even if it's just learning how to be patient, how to just trust everything's going to work out, or how to speak up against a bully, or how to follow your intuition if it tells you to do something kind of weird that you think that's weird. Why would I do that? Whatever it is, we all have something to learn right now. And that's my focus. And also, I want to start prepping everybody to be the new, because we're going to all, in order to have this new United States, this new world, this new everything, our vibration has to go up. We can't just try to survive this time. We have got to excavate the jewels that are in the soil. We're down in the soil right now. We're being pushed into the darkness. But while we're down there, let's get every drop of wisdom and everything that we can get out of there so we can bring it when we come back up. Our hands are full of wisdom and knowledge, and that power is going to be part of what this new world is going to be. But if you just sat with your head in this dirt and you didn't do anything and you're just trying to survive this time, I just think you're going to miss the point of why your soul chose to come here at this time. And that's where I'm like, I'm fired up. So I don't think about them in terms of like all day long thinking about them. Of course, I'll open up my phone and I'll get a news thing and I go, oh God,
Me
what is
too.
this? Yeah. You're just like, oh, what are you talking about? But literally from the time I wake up until I go to bed, unless I'm on a live, I'm thinking, what can I do in this new world? How can I create community with people, whether it's on TikTok or YouTube? How can I wake people up to like why this is actually a good time? And it's a very bad time. Don't get me wrong. I'm aware of the fact that I'm not going to put, a bow on something that's really actually awful. It's very scary. But there's a lot of us that are supposed to wake up right now and we're supposed to be activated, and for that part of it, it's exciting because we need it for the new world that we're creating. We need it.
Well, I feel like, in that Schumann's thing, that's why Cryon's been coming to me. Because I was asking why do you keep coming to me? And all he kept saying was change, change, change. And every now and then he'd say vibration, vibration, vibration. And but that's why he's been coming to me. And that energy thing, that the thing is, I feel like our energy, we are vibrating at a higher level. But I feel like a lot of us are pushing it away. Like we don't, because it's painful.
Mhm.
So we're pushing it away. It's uncomfortable because it's new,
Yeah.
you know? And I just feel like people are just struggling to deal with it. I mean, you don't even get your body doesn't even get acclimated to the last energy upgrade, and there's another one, and it's been boom, 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 one right after the other.
Yeah.
And we are experiencing other people's dark nights of the soul.
Yeah.
I've had mine.
Me too.
I'm good.
Yeah. It's not the kind of thing you want to experience more than once.
No.
Um,
So I feel like that, yeah. I mean, and anybody's who's struggling right now, to me, is a light worker. Anyone who's struggling with the things that are going on right now, to me, you're a light worker. You're doing whatever, even if you feel like you're doing nothing, you come to these lives and you put out that good juju, you're a light worker.
yeah.
Period, point blank. There's
Hmm.
more. There's people want to put a number on how many. Oh well, the what was it? The 44,000. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh my god, bullshit. Now, what are you doing? You can't put a number on light workers.
No, no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Herbally Hip tarot
It's
card
here.
reading.
Yeah.
I love her.
I got to read some comments.
Oh my God, that's cool. Um, is that who it is?
What's
I
that?
can't tell. Like, is that Herbally Hip tarot card reader? That's the user that's in here.
One of them. Yeah. Yeah.
The woman that does the
Uh,
readings. I don't know her name, but I like her.
Angie, and she puts out a lot of videos every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I just think that I don't know. This is sort of like the good thing about going through hell that I've gone through since like 2011, when the death started in my life and loss and just everything that I had worked so hard for just starting to disappear out of my life, is nothing's guaranteed. A sense of like, oh, you got it all figured out, you've got this great life, you've got, your favorite things that you do. We're not here forever. We're here for a very small period of time, really, in the grand scheme of things. We're not here for a long time. And it is uncomfortable when you aren't able to do the things that you want to do. It's like you want to be able to have all your favorite things, but we're here to do stuff. I Like I said yesterday, I'm like, I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. So that's like a quote from a movie. But seriously, we've come here for a reason. And I know it's uncomfortable when you have your favorite things that you like to do and you just want all the people that are stopping you from that great thing that you like to do. You just get so mad about it. But everything is happening, and I know you know that because you're in Shelly's live. Everything's happening, for us. It's not, even no matter how bad it looks, even when, my brother died, my friend died, I had all these people dying in my life. And I remember at the time thinking, I never want to use this as any kind of spiritual whatever. But after you get away from it far enough, well, as I got away from it, I finally even incorporated that, which I never thought I would. But every single thing, even their dying, is to help me even become more spiritual, help me become more outright spiritual. I used to have my own world of spirituality with myself and my friends, but to put it out into the world like this and go on camera and talk and face possible ridicule or whatever, that was something I would never do before. And now I'm just like, whatever, we're here to, do stuff. So I'm gonna, that's what I, you know what, that's what I liked about you. When I first saw you, you said you don't normally do readings like the way you were doing readings, didn't you, when you first started?
Yeah, I said I never wanted to do political readings ever, because when I'm a bandwagon person. I'll jump on that thing and live on it. I'm all in it.
Hmm.
But the thing is I'm learning a lot about politics, but this is more for me, more about the energy of it, the energies that are going on
Yeah.
with the players.
So were you
And
at, because I feel like I found you right. I'm sorry, I realized I just probably cut you off.
that
I feel like I found you right during the political stuff, and I thought you had just started. I wasn't sure, like, were you around before that, or what was your situation?
when I started the political readings, I had 52 subscribers, and I thought that was a big deal.
Oh my God, what? Wow.
I just did regular tarot readings, the monthlies, and for each sign, and then I would do a weekly, and I have a second channel called the Sober Psychic, and I struggle with that. I couldn't split my energy between both channels,
Yeah.
and I kept being pushed towards this channel, but I
Mhm.
was like, but I gotta, stick. I gotta stick with the sober people, and do my service work and this and that and the other. And Spirit goes, you did enough damn service work. Yeah, I hosted a Zoom meeting for a support group for 7 days a week for 3 friggin' years.
Wow.
Yeah, Spirit said, I think you did enough sport, service work. So
Yeah.
I I did what I was guided to do, but I'm not going to take credit for that. Okay, that was completely a higher power thing.
Yeah.
I just said I just relaxed and let go. That's all
Mhm.
I did. I showed up. That's all I did.
Mhm. Well,
I
you're
didn't.
needed.
Huh?
You're needed.
Well, so are
You
you.
Oh, thank you. But you're very, like, down to earth. You're very, like, a lot of people, especially in the political stuff that's happening. I just feel like a lot of them are just, in my book, like very good at marketing themselves. They're very good at all the buzzwords and being kind of like, they know, like, oh, I talk to my guides, they have all the right words, and I just don't feel, and it's, everyone's at a different level, and I'm not trying to, put any negative energy out there, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of times I feel like there's an authenticity or a real life lived vibe behind the person. I feel like maybe they're striving to be that, but they're not that yet, I feel. But as soon as I saw you, I was like, I like her. She's genuine. She tells it like it is. And I like your interpretations of things too, because I resonate with what you say. So I'm so glad you followed your intuition. So I'm really glad. And I'm very glad to be here with you right now.
Yeah, I know this is so cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
So cool.
Yeah, exactly. People are like, my first impression of you, Shelly, was you are a real kick-ass person telling it as it is. Totally. You stand out.
Yeah, I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut. We call that a character defect. Some people call it a character defect. I'm like, nah. You know, doing this, I've learned that what just because somebody says something doesn't make it true for me,
Right,
because I'm a people pleaser.
right.
Actually, I'm a recovering people pleaser,
Same.
a recovering doormat. So I I'm working on it. I'm getting better with, well, somebody says, oh my God, you need to do this, or one, and it'll be one person out of 5,000 or 6,000 to watch the video. One
Mhm.
person says something, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so awful. And
Yeah.
then I'll try to fix it like that. And then, but recently it's been like, no, wait, pause, just stop, Shelley, take a deep breath, because just because that one person said that doesn't make it so. because you don't hear anybody else saying it.
Yeah.
If I
Right.
hear something from more than 3 people, I tend to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
But one person, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, no, I mean, I hear you, but I'm not gonna jump on your bandwagon. That's your reality, and you're welcome to it. It does, but it's not mine.
Right. Yeah. You really, any path people take when they follow their intuition, you're going to grow and learn as long as you're paying attention. But definitely when you push yourself out in a public situation, that's like amplified because, all your insecurities are out there. And then, it's weirder when you're on camera. Like a lot of times people, I'll bring them up on my TikTok. And once they come up, they're like, whoa, this is weird. Because it's different. When you put yourself in this spot, it's a different vibe. So
Yeah,
Kelly
it's because I'm sitting here now going, oh my God, I look like I weigh 500 friggin' pounds.
no. Look at my whole face is taking up the entire thing.
Yeah, right. I mean, so I'm still a human being with doubts about
Oh yeah.
about myself, and I think that every human on the planet has low self-esteem. I don't care how arrogant they are
Mm-hmm.
or how much they appear to be self-confident.
Yeah,
I think everybody has low self-esteem at some point, often,
I agree.
because look at the way that society behaves. Societal views are such horse crap.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it our reawakening. And I call this our reawakening because when we're babies, we know everything. We can't
Yeah, that's
verbalize
true.
it, but we know we're so connected to source
Yeah.
completely. And then society takes over. Your parents take over, and they're just doing what they were taught to do. So many of us in this period of time were are here, chose to be here. Sometimes they'll say, I was put here, I wasn't put here, I put myself here. But we're here to break cycles. We're here to break chains of abuse. We're here to break chains of, you know, um, addiction, alcoholism, all that stuff. We're here to do that. We're here to say, look, just because it was done to me doesn't mean I have to do it to somebody else.
That's right.
I didn't raise my kids the way my mother raised me. I started to, and I felt so bad about some things that I was doing and saying, and it hit me. I'm like, if it feels this bad, who does that? I was repeating what my mom did, and she did what she was taught to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's no resentment there, but it's like, if it feels bad to me, why am I doing it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I tried to raise
Yeah.
my kids. The only thing I did a disservice with my kids was I never wanted them to feel as crappy as I did ever. I never wanted them to experience depression, anxiety. I didn't want them to experience bullying, any type of abuse. And I tried to protect them from it. But I
That's
did them a
wonderful.
disservice
Oh,
because they need to live their own lives,
right.
go down their own paths, learn their own lessons. They're all adults now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like parents. I don't have any children, but my sister's son, I remember when she was raising him, she did everything opposite of what we had. But then opposite isn't better either. Everybody's different. I mean, unless you're talking about like outright abuse, then yeah, the opposite of that would be good. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just a lot of things. There were a lot of things that I thought that's not necessarily the better thing. But her son turned out to be an amazing. Like I absolutely love him. I feel like we've had many lifetimes together. As soon as he was born, I was like, oh, my spirit family is here. So I love
Yeah.
him. What I want to do you want to talk about Trump? I do I feel like people want to talk about when they're leaving DC.
I used the pendulum today, and I asked for a month in it. I got March. I asked for a day and it said March 4th.
Oh, wow, that's soon. Tuesday.
Energies change though.
I get the
Energies
moon.
change, but
Oh,
I I'm still, I haven't made up my mind if the dates that I'm being given are accurate. But there's a big part of me that feels that they are accurate. So much crap is happening.
yeah.
And Mystic Shadows put it, she said she had this visual of dominoes falling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly it. That's exactly what I see. One person, then the next, then the next, then the next, then the next, consecutively, not all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
What vision?
I'm actually being told that Trump is not the first one that's going to go.
Oh,
Musk. And I don't really use their names, but we're going to use their names because we're way past 7 minutes into this. So, yeah, because he's so freaking high all the time.
it's unbelievable.
And I get the addiction part, but dude, you're a billionaire. Can't you find something better to do than find the best drugs on the planet?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Like I just I mean, can you imagine if it were Obama and he had his rich Nigerian friend in the White House standing there in a t-shirt and a hat, I mean, the country would be flipped upside down. Like, but yeah, okay, let's let them all in because they're white guys and they're all gonna sit. The whole thing bothers me. It's just it bothers everyone, and I know that. And he's not smart either. I don't like that lie. He's not smart. I hate when I see on posts people are like, "Well, we just have to give him a chance." He built all these businesses. He's smart, and I'm like, "No, he's not. Stop with
No,
that."
he took all his ideas from somebody else.
Yeah,
And then he paid a bunch of people to make them real, to make them happen.
yeah. He's bold and he's rude and he does things that nobody else would do. And in that way he's been somewhat successful at that, but I wouldn't call him smart or like, ahead of anybody else. The visual I get for next month for March is and with what's happening, I keep seeing like I don't know what it is, but I see it cracking. I see cracks and it's being ripped open. Like the cracks are gonna this can't be sustained for much longer. The way it's going, it's not it's not going to be held in anymore. I don't know whether that means people are going to start blowing the whistle or they're going to get sloppy. Something's cracking somewhere. Something's going to crack open and I see it a big crack happening in the middle of March 13th, 14th, something like that. I hate to say dates because it always changes and I'm just telling you what the numbers I see in my head. I don't know where the numbers are coming from. And like you say, we don't know what that means. What does that mean? Like, are those dates that something happens behind the scenes that later something happens in front of? You know what I mean? Like, we could be picking up on things that are happening that are actually very important that we'll find out after the documentary comes out in 10 years.
Oh,
Oh
right.
yeah, that was the date I said, and everybody thought I was crazy. But but yeah, so I do picture like these big cracks middle of March, and then from there the structure is weakened and will never come back. And so once those big cracks happen, it'll just be like the rest of the time, crack, 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 messy, 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 and then cleaning it up, and then rebuilding the new.
Yeah, they're already sloppy. They
Yeah,
just do all willy nilly. It's like they're pulling stuff out of their backside.
yeah,
It's just whatever they can do. That's the nastiest thing they can think of. So you're going to take food out of children's mouths, really?
it's just
But that that fits the space cadet because his mom or his kid's mom kept trying to get a hold of him because the little guy, little booger head, was in the ER
oh my god.
and she couldn't get a hold of him. He wouldn't pick up the phone. So, of course, he doesn't care about taking food out of a child's mouth. But my guides are firm and say that stuff is not going to happen.
Oh yeah, I don't think so either.
Because well, I looked it up. I GP or Chat GPT'd it, and I asked, can the Supreme Court overrule on a Congress decision, cutting Medicaid and food stamps? And it said yes, if there's a legal loophole, basically. If it's uh, uh, stomping on somebody's rights. Well, everybody has a right to
Hello.
eat.
Right.
Jesus.
That's the whole administration is stomping on all of our rights. I think we need to be very clear. After we get past all this, we need to be very clear about some very important rules, like no felons being able to run for president, for one. I mean,
Yeah,
these
I
are
can't believe
obvious.
that's not in the Constitution. That just blew my mind.
Yeah.
What, did it just slip past you that somebody, might commit a crime and get elected president? They just never got to it.
Yeah. I
Well, the
had
whole Constitution is going to be revamped.
Yeah, and during one of my lives, like I'm starting to develop my mediumship abilities, I guess. And I kept seeing a face behind my phone that's on a tripod. And one of my longtime followers goes, "Well, why don't you look into that?" Because I kept going, "Oh, that's weird." And they go, "What does he look like?" And I said, "It kind of looks like one of the founding fathers, like his hair is white. And then I saw like the bust and then the head." And one of my followers said, "Well, why don't you like ask them why they're doing what are they doing there and whatever." So I did. I was like, so and then I felt like as soon as I address them or lock onto them, they go into my body. That's how I feel. This is like the fourth one that's happened. So it went into my body while I was on a live, and I haven't posted it because it has music. I had music on at that point. So I just had to figure out how to deal with that part because you get dinged on YouTube. But he basically was saying to me, and I felt like it was maybe like John Adams. I know this sounds, anything that we're saying nowadays, all of it sounds crazy. We just have to preface it with that because now we're in the middle of some other place with all this. But that's life, man. It sounds crazy. So, anyways, I felt he said that they're all with us right now. All the veterans that have all fought for the freedom of America, they're all that died are all with us right now. All of them are with us in spirit. All of the founding fathers, the ones that had good intentions, are with us also. And kind of addressing, because my thing, beginning of the United States didn't include women, didn't include anybody other than white men. And I feel like he was saying, or he did say, we were men of our time. We had good hearts, like our heart was in the right place with what we were trying to do. But obviously, we didn't think of everything. And everything that of that time, that's what was normal, though. That was normal for that time. So a constitution is a living breathing thing. It needs to be updated. It needs to reflect the will of the people of that time. And so that's what I feel like what you just said, the constitution is going to have to be adjusted to include some things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, safeguards so this crap doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Yeah. So um I don't know. I mean, I'm excited, but it's not as simple as you think to be part of a brand new building of the new kind of thing. That's why I'm saying like we're all like we've been caterpillars, and then we thought we were dying or whatever's happening, but right now you're inside of the cocoon, and when we're being transformed. So maybe the MAGA are FAFOing, right? They're doing whatever they're doing. Well, we are waking up, we're waking up to our bigger purpose, and we're not ready yet to fly. If you try to have a caterpillar fly, is going to fall on the ground. So we're in the cocoon right now, we're restricted, and our anger and our like, no, this is wrong, we can't have America be like this, we can't let these guys, these losers do this. We're banging our wings against the cocoon, and that strengthens the wings of the butterfly, and it also dries them off so that when the cocoon opens, you can fly. So you're not just falling to the ground all wet or you're weak or whatever. So every time you're up against this, every time you hear news that makes you mad, let yourself get mad. Get in touch with that energy. Don't push it down. Get in touch with that and think about, what can I do? what can I do like now, and what can I do with the rest of my life to be part of a better America, better life, better world? Like, let's get into that. Let's stop just phoning it in with politics. We should have been involved all along. And I'm saying
Well,
this about
yeah, this
myself
is why
too.
this is happening because we were complacent and
Yeah.
complicit.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, okay, whatever.
Yep.
You know, you do what you got to do, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I have my last chick lives with me, and he talks about politics with his friends. And sometimes, and he's got his headphones on, and sometimes I'm in here, oh my God, going, oh my God, I wish you'd just shut up. Stop talking. You don't know what you're talking about. I allow myself that. We're human. We chose to come here as humans. We have human emotions, and anger is can be used as a catalyst for
Yes.
change.
Yes.
Pain, anger, frustration, resentments, hatred can all be used as catalysts for change. That's how humans change anyway. We change when we can't stand it anymore.
Yep.
And that's okay because in this, this isn't that far down the line where I like Bashar's interpretation of the train tracks. So here's the light workers over here on this track right now, because we started out on the same track. And then the light workers veered off on this track, and the the teachers, I'll call them, the teachers are on the other track. And right now we're running parallel to one another. We can still see each other. We can still interact sometimes. But have you noticed that we're really not interacting with the teachers or the negative people anymore? Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then you get a negative person around you, but we're not really interacting with them anymore. And at some point, we're going to veer off so far from each other, we're not going to have to interact with each other ever again. That's what they call the new earth. That splitting the earth. People go, oh my God, the earth's going to split in two. Oh my, no, there's going to be another earth. Well, there is actually another earth out there. It was on the news, I think like 4 or 5 months ago, I saw it. And, but the new earth is simply light workers on their side and non-light workers on the other side. And there do we have to meet again. We are creating the new earth right now. And I always said, I'm not coming back and doing this crap again. What are you, crazy? What was I thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm coming back.
Oh, good.
I want to live in that new earth.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. This stuff is hard, but anything, like, it's cheesy, but anything worth, I don't know what the word is. I'm still kind of tired from it. Today was an intense day with my mom. So she's getting older, and so she's not able to do it's hard to assimilate, she was always so strong and independent, and it's like it's an adjustment for me to be around her and realize that she is forgetting stuff or she can't do stuff, and it's like, ugh. It also depresses me. That's the part, but it's okay. In actuality, she is whole and she's fine. Everything's good, but it is, just sad when you see your parents like that. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I watched my dad. I was always closer to my father than my mother. And I saw every time I go visit, the changes were very noticeable. And he had heart problems and
mm,
severe diabetes. And he had a
wow.
lot of medical stuff going on. He was taking like 32 pills a day and all this other stuff. And I watched him, and he couldn't work out in the garage with his brother anymore, working on people's cars. He couldn't vacuum the floor anymore. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And it was just strange to me. I couldn't process right then. But it was strange to see him like that because he was a hard ass, my father. He wasn't messing around. He had this huge heart in a very strange sense of humor. But when it came down to taking care of business, he was all about taking care of business. Work was most important. Taking care of the family was the most important. Staying busy,
Hmm.
doing what he was supposed to do to provide for the family. And when he couldn't do it anymore, he was mad.
Yeah,
I didn't blame him. I'd have
that's
been
right.
mad too. So,
Yep.
I'm on disability. I have physical things. There's things I can't do.
Hmm.
My memory's going, my hearing's going.
Ugh.
um,
Yeah.
and I turned 60 on the 4th. And
Oh wow. Wait, your birthday's
yeah,
on the 4th?
on the 4th of February.
Oh, on
Yeah.
February. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. So I understand, and I didn't take it as hard when my dad died as I did when my mom died, because my mom was the abuser.
Mm,
In the way that my father was complicit in that. If I ever had a resentment towards him, it would have been about that. But I just never did. I thought my dad hung the moon and the stars, right?
interesting.
But when my mom died, I had a hard time with that because there was no closure.
Hmm.
And tumultuous relationships are so intense and
Yeah.
complicated.
Hmm.
But I had I was given an opportunity to start processing forgiveness of her. I was pretty young. I was still in my mid-20s, and she finally said one thing. It's all I needed to hear from her was, "I made mistakes." That's what she said. That's all I
Wow.
needed to hear.
Yep.
Now it
That's
took me
good.
30 years to process, but
Yeah. Right, right. But that's huge. Like just that acknowledgement. That's great.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, it was hard because when my brother died, I lived in LA and then it was like trying to check in with my mom and she's so independent, always traveling, always doing stuff for work. So she would pull it together and sound like she was okay on the phone. And then when I would visit her, I'd realize that she's not doing well. They were very close. My brother lived in Arizona with her. And so I moved, not fully moved back, but I'm sort of back and forth. And I'm probably more so in Arizona a lot lately just to help her. So, it's a lot of times they'll hide what's going on with them. You have to physically go there and see them. And then you're like, oh, okay, you need me. Because my sister lives in Colorado. She has a ranch out there. So she's not able to do anything.
Mm. Yeah.
Brian says, no.
My son actually gets paid to take care of my physical needs.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Okay, but let's be honest, he doesn't do shit. That's on me because I'm stubborn
Mm-hmm.
and I like things a certain way.
Yeah.
And I want my dishes washed properly. And I
That's
want my
particular.
bathroom cleaned the right way. That's just the way I've always been.
Mm.
The only thing I um the only thing I don't do anymore is clean his room for him. I don't care how dusty, dirty, disgusting your room gets. That's your problem. Love you though.
That's
You know
right.
where the cleaning solution is. You know
Mhm.
where the rags are. You know where the vacuum is.
That's
And
right. What
that was
state are
hard
you?
for me because I want to get in there and clean that.
Yeah. What state are you in?
New York.
New York. Okay, I thought so. It was 90 degrees today.
Was it?
Yeah. That's another part of my exhaustion. I don't like the heat. So it was so much. It was just like all of a sudden it was like 90 degrees. So I'm like, oh my God, calm
Yeah, you
down.
got blasted.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think spiritually speaking, I think that this has been an incredible time to be alive. It's terrifying. It's stressful. It's revolutionary. I mean, it's real. We would always talk about, before all this time happened, we would always sit around and talk about, if we talked about politics, like it was some far away thing. that we didn't really have any real thing about. Like, if you did talk about it, you were considered kind of like, I don't know, a weirdo. Like, okay, calm down. I don't know. I like the way that everyone's engaged in this now. That's something I do like. We should focus on what we like about what's going on right now, because nobody ever does that. What do you like about what's going on right now, Shelley?
Oh, I'm loving the awakening, period, point blank. I'm loving it when I watch people speak their minds.
Yeah.
I love to watch Jasmine Crockett. She kicks butt.
Oh my God. She is amazing. She is so good.
And
She's really,
also,
really
what
good.
was her name? I can't remember the other lady's name. I can't remember her name. Presley. Ayanna Presley. She's like, she's actually shaves her head. She's a beautiful black woman,
Oh
shaves her
yeah, yeah,
head.
yeah. I know you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She's
great.
just as badass.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, there's been some superstars. I like that. Well, for one, I mean, my content was more about talking about loss, and so my content switched on a dime. Like, at the day after the election, I was like, oh hell no. I had to talk. I was like, no. And I didn't even, now I think, wow, I think that's the whole reason why I was guided to go live on TikTok and to create a community, was because of this election. But I mean, I started in July, and it kept pushing me, go on TikTok, start going live. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. No one's going to come. And in the beginning, no one did come. I have like one person. And as soon as they come in the room, I go, hi. And then they leave. And I was like, oh. And so, anyways, now I like, the community that we've all formed together. I really love it. And I hope to, create that community here as well. Because YouTube is my first love. I started my YouTube channel in 2006. Okay, so when YouTube started, within that year, that's when I started my YouTube channel. So this is my first place that I ever posted on. But what I'm so to back what I'm talking about what I love the community. This is a community, like even you, and coming even to your lives and looking at people talking in your lives, like all of it. I love how people are talking right now, and their hearts are open, and they're looking for answers, or looking for more. They want more out of life. They want good for people. I love those people. And when you're surrounded by so many people who have empathy, because we're surrounded by so many people who don't have empathy in the news. But if you just look in this chat, there's 278 people, and they all have empathy. They all care. It's a Thursday night, and they're like, I'm gonna be around people that also care. I love that. You guys, I love us. Group hug,
Right?
group hug.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around the um the support. I'm not used to seeing this level of support
Mhm.
from people towards other people. I'm still wrapping my brain around it. I haven't even processed it yet. Because and I kind of, that's like a safety mechanism for me, because my head will get big and I won't be able to fit through the doorways, and I'll think I'm all that and I'm wonderful. And so I think that's a safety mechanism for me, just to keep my ego in check.
Mhm.
But I do see it. And just because if you don't hear me talk about it, but I think I do talk about it.
You
I don't
do.
I don't remember what I say when I record. I don't remember three-quarters of it, probably more than that, probably more like 90% of it, because I'm like pretty much channeling the whole time. But
Mhm.
I do see the support of people toward, not just towards me, but towards each other.
Yeah.
Um, there was something really cool that somebody did in the comments the other day, and this person, I can't even remember what they were griping about. It was so petty. Oh, they said, you say Oregon wrong. And my first thought, and I said it out loud as I was reading the comment, I went, really? That's what you're focusing on?
Mhm.
But someone else replied to that comment in a way I would have verbally, but it was
Right.
so cool. They go, oh, I hope you find some joy and can focus on something good. It was very passive aggressive. Why don't you focus on something good? And I really like even that. See, and I don't respond to the comments like that anyway. Generally, it takes a
Yeah.
lot for me to respond to a nasty comment. Plus, there's a subscriber who works in AI, and he said that if we respond to the bots, they multiply.
Oh, I saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So we
did
don't
reply.
respond.
I did reply a couple times and then I thought about it. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, just don't, because yeah. And I don't want them multiplying for sure.
Yeah. This one, only one time I had to respond to someone. They were very nasty, and it's not just me seeing the comments.
I know. That's the weird part is other people are going to see it.
We don't want to hear that.
No.
So my response was, "You're welcome to move along," and they did.
Good.
5 minutes later, I was minus one subscriber. I said, "Well, woohoo!"
Yeah.
Because this isn't about the amount of subscribers. Even though, I mean, there is a piece of that only because it's more adding more to the community,
Hmm.
right? So about half of the subscribers um, interact, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So anywho, yeah, so that's what I see good about it, the support that people give each other, because it's not normal.
No, it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
I want to tell you that I do not think you would ever get a big head. I don't think it's in your DNA. So I think you should allow yourself to let the love just wash over you because you deserve it. You're a good person. I can tell you've been through a lot of stuff and you still choose to not only see the good in people, but to show up and be there for them and continue to put the light out there. So you deserve any good energy that comes back to you. This isn't whimsical. It's like you actually deserve it. And I don't think you could ever, ever get a big head about it. You can't convince me about that. Right, you guys? I know your community agrees with me. That's why they love you because you are a very down to earth person. You're very real, and you couldn't. You would kick your own ass if you got like
I
that.
probably would too.
You'd be like, you better knock it off. You wouldn't let it fly.
Oh, thanks.
Reading comments now. Yeah, God, when I started on YouTube, many years ago, hardly it wasn't the same amount of people that are online now. And then, now everybody comes online. Now everybody comes to lives. It used to just be certain types of people, certain time. I don't know. This is great. This is finally, I've been here for years, not in this exact way, but I've been here waiting for this. And I finally feel like, the path led me back here. So it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel home here. I feel this is home.
Hmm.
YouTube is home for me.
Yeah.
But it was still really uncomfortable at the beginning.
How many people would come to your first lives? You probably came out of the gate with a couple hundred.
Yeah, it was about that.
See, you're lucky. I had like two. And then I would
Woo-hoo.
say, "Hi, what's your name?" And then they would be like, "Wow, what a weirdo." And they'd leave. And
They
I'm like,
yeah,
"Ah,
they freak out and leave. It's
yeah, too much pressure." So, well, that's good. That was good.
funny.
You must have waited a while to go live then. You must have waited till you really built your community and
Yeah, that was definitely I was guided to do the lives too. It's just my guides when they talk to me, I actually hear it over here.
hmm,
And they'll say like one or two words. But I understand what they're talking about. And they were like, it's time. I was looking at other people doing lives and they said it's time. And of course
interesting.
I argued. I said
What
I'm
is
not
your
doing that.
so what are your gifts? Like what so you hear your Clara audio?
Sometimes I do hear sometimes, but generally it's here. I the third eye is very active and I will literally see things. I I started a ghost hunting group on meetup.com about, oh my gosh, this must have been 20 years ago,
Oh, wow.
because I would literally see them.
I say I want to see them.
Now you got to work on that third eye. You got to
Yeah.
work on that. Yeah. But that came naturally to me, and I really enjoyed it. I did it for a year and then handed it down. And we had a couple hundred members,
Wow.
and we go on ghost hunts. So I do see, and I do hear, but generally it's right here. Um, serious empathic and intuitive stuff going on for me. I see past, presents, futures. I just, it's like I got the whole deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, everyone has these gifts. Every
Right.
single gift.
Yeah. I agree.
Some are just more ready
Mm-hmm.
to be open to it. We don't want y'all, getting into your gifts real good right now, because I'll lose all my subscribers.
Yeah.
Start your own damn channel. They said I'm gonna start my own damn channel.
um yeah, I've always had stuff. I never really realized what it was. I knew that I was very good at perceiving situations. Um but being online, oh, my channel name is my name, Lisa Murray. It's not somewhere where you can tap into it, like on the screen. It's like Bill Murray, but Lisa Murray. That's my channel.
Ange Malone, yes, I do remote viewing, actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that is really uncomfortable.
So what, tell me, how does that happen? What do you do?
I'm literally just trance out and go
Wow.
to where somebody is, and it's like it's uncomfortable to me, because it's like I read minds, okay, whatever, but I don't do that unless I have permission.
Mhm.
Because even the tarot card readings, the personal readings, it's like, okay, now I have permission to dig around in somebody's energy.
Right.
So remote viewing to me is like digging into somebody's business
Yeah.
who didn't ask me to dig in their business. So I really don't do that. I've done it, but I don't really. I don't
Yeah,
really like to utilize that gift.
you're so respectful of people's boundaries and stuff like that. So I could see that not being that comfortable for you. Some people have no problem with that. They're like, I don't care. I'm gonna go and remote view. You're like, I don't feel right about this. This isn't right. I could see you doing that.
Well,
Um,
that's because I've had my boundaries stepped on over and over and over and over.
that's a good
Not
point.
recently,
Yeah.
but first 58 years of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm really realizing what my abilities are. And also I think they heightened after my friend was killed. It that because when we were in our 20s, I said whoever dies first, because we dated, and I said whoever dies first should come back and let the other one know that there's an afterlife and that they're okay. And he would laugh, and I'm like, what are you laughing about? And he's like, well, what makes you think I'm going to die first? And I'm like, I don't. I just want us to promise each other. I've never said that with any other person in my life. It only is weird later on when you look back and go, wow, why did I say that? But anyway, so he died tragically, and he came back immediately. I mean, it was one thing after the other. He always wanted to go to other planets when he was alive. So after he died, I had these wild, I mean, they were dreams, but they were not dreams. He was like time travel, space travel. One time we went to an airport in the 80s, because I remember I knew it was the 80s by the way people were dressed, and there were payphones. And so I wanted to call my mom, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool to be like, hey, but then I couldn't figure out how to use it or something, and then whatever. But yeah, so I realized after he died and all that stuff happened that I had a heightened like all kinds of abilities. And I feel like it's because I was so connected to him, and then he's now on the other side. So I don't know what that does to the energy, but I'm so connected to the other side that it's mediumship. I can hear people talking to me. Um, Now I feel them coming into my body, and I feel very protected. I do protection. I do a prayer of protection. I have, my Palo Santo and all that kind of stuff. So I don't just go, "Oh my God, somebody's in my body right now." You know what I mean? I would never, I wouldn't be okay with that. But yeah, exactly. The rotary phones. But yeah, so I now can, and I'm realizing I've always been able to do this. I just didn't trust it. I could trust it with Derek because I knew that was him. It was too much, I don't know. But so maybe I needed to just have that happen. So not that his passing, but have something happen where I would trust it, because now I trust all of it. If I say, like, I'll picture the letters AK and I'll start to say it now instead of just thinking, "Oh, that's weird. I don't know what that is," and I push it away. Now I'll just say it. I'm seeing AK. Might be weird. Matter of fact, I am seeing AK, by the way. So if that means anything to anybody. Um, yeah. So I don't know, it's been developed out of that. It's hearing. I think my biggest one is claircognizant. I think I just know things. I don't even know how I know it. The whole thing with this presidency and all that, I just know. I'll fight you for it. Like, I know that I know it. I don't know how I know it, but I know that I know it.
Yeah, yeah, my kids think I'm nuts. How do you know that? Where's the proof? My son says. I said, you just wait. There's proof.
That's
Can't
right.
just
Show
go in
me.
there all willy nilly, pointing your finger. Oh, you did this and you did that. You need proof.
That's right.
No loopholes.
Yep.
Yeah. So astral projection. Yeah, I've like
Oh.
traveled back to the town I grew up in, which is scary because I mean I left there for a reason.
Oh.
But and then I found out that you can astral project into the past, present, and future
Mm.
because I was literally flying to get to where I grew up, the house I grew up in. You going down Route 15 when it existed. I don't even know if it exists anymore. And you'd hit Corning, New York, and you know you were there because there would be a stoplight as soon as you were getting ready to cross over into Corning. So you get the stoplight, and then you turn the car and go all the way back up the other way on another street, and it was up on a hill. And I was floating, flying. It was freaking awesome. I was flying up that street, and then I would go to my house and my aunt's house. It was a whole family on the hill thing. My cousin's house, and I would um, relive some things that I take that back. I wasn't reliving things. I went to try to talk about these things with my parents or my aunt or anybody, and nobody was hearing me. They were there, so was I, but they didn't notice me. They didn't see me.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's
real. It
wild.
was freaking cool.
Wow, that is cool. I
It
had
was
an
frustrating though because they wouldn't listen.
right. I had an experience where it was a dream, but I don't know. Um, I always had kind of a stressful relationship with my dad, and um I in the dream I was in a van, like a shuttle for a work, and he was there, but he was like his late teens or early 20s, very insecure, very quiet, and I could feel how insecure he felt sitting in the van going to this job or something. And I was sitting behind, and yeah, he couldn't see me. He didn't know. I don't know if I was a person in the van that but it was definitely, I had gone into the past. And I remember just looking at him and I could feel how insecure he was. It was very real to me. It wasn't like I thought about what he would be like in a van and insecure. I was sitting in the van with him, staring at him, going, he's just an insecure guy. Like, he's really trying to do everything himself. And it transformed the way that I saw my dad. When I woke up, I was just like sobbing. Like, I really realized, like, just like everything, we're all just doing the best we can. Well, not everybody, but most of us.
Well,
There is an
my take
AK.
on that is that everyone is doing the best that they can at any given moment, even if they can do better.
Yeah.
But if we could do better, we would.
Yeah. So there is an AK in here.
There might be.
Yeah, he said those are my initials, and that's the name of his account.
Oh.
Are you still here, AK? It's funny when you ask a question to the chat and then just staring at the chat like, is it going to be revealed?
Yeah, when I was growing up, I would know when the phone was going to ring and who was going to be on the other on the line. And that was a rotary phone, so there you go. Now you know how old I am for real.
There's AK. And then also you have a butterfly as your profile picture. That's good. That's been my whole analogy lately. I don't
Yeah,
know what I get.
transformation, baby.
I just see the initials and I also saw 101 after it, whatever that means. And I keep thinking of the 101 freeway, especially out here. There's a freeway 101, a loop. But if I get more information, I'll let you know. But I just thought that was interesting that I got the letters in my head and then you said that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There's an AK in here. Um, what was I gonna say? What's the last thing you just said, Shelly? Oh,
Oh
how you
boy.
can practice for anyone who wants to get their own clairs up. That's what I remember when caller ID came out. I was like, oh, we're always going to know who's calling, which I liked. But I'm just saying, I tried before I turn my phone over, I try to guess who's calling me. Or in the morning, I try to guess what text messages I'll have or emails before I look at it. I'm always practicing to get myself, stronger in that way because, I'm not that strong in it really. In a way of like saying, I want to do this. It'll come to me as it comes to me. I have no control over what happens, but that's why I'm trying to practice getting better at calling it. You know what I mean by that? Like just actually willing myself to understand something as opposed to it just coming to me.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
does it
I
mean
don't.
when
My spirit guides go, you better look at your phone.
well, that's good.
They do it all. Yeah, they do that all the time. Because I'm not married to my phone. I'll use a laptop or a desktop before I use my phone.
Oh, really?
It's just too small.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't always have the same I can't do as much on the phone on certain websites as I can on a laptop.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Formatting and then yeah, they don't even have it. Yeah. Um I like my phone because it focuses me. Sometimes like I need because I get kind of ADHD about stuff and it kind of helps me just go right into it. But yeah, it's very limiting sometimes.
Yeah, see, no, I just bought a new desktop. I bought a new laptop a few weeks ago and I've got the phone. So that's my ADHD because I will do all three at once.
Wow. You're like a
Yeah.
stock exchange stock whatever. The spiritual version. You're like what do the blue text mean on the names and then the green
Oh,
one?
they're moderators
Oh, okay. But so
and the little
green.
wrench.
Oh, what's the
Yeah.
green then?
Member, I think. Maybe. Or it's just the color of their. Let's see if we get more green ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of them and they have stars next to their name too.
Yeah, that would be members. Going to do a shout out to the members on the first Friday of the month. You use guys, use members.
You got to get some t-shirts and some merch for that. Use
Well,
guys.
working on it. We have a
Good.
beautiful idea. Someone's been talking to me. She sent me a sketch of a pendulum over a pendulum board, and she got me right down to the nail shape of my fingernails. And it
Oh my
says can't
gosh.
make the stuff up on the board. And then on the back, we're talking about hey, use guys with Healing Truth Tarot on it
Oh, I
underneath
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
Hi,
Because we
Tina.
got kind of equal parts of people want this one and people want that one. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that.
Oh,
I have
that
to
sounds good.
look into the costs and start saving some monies. But
I
I see
do.
people on YouTube selling mugs for $25, and I'm like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them is like the companies that offer them and they ship it and all that stuff, that you don't actually ever have the product. That's how much they charge. So you're only like, you only bump it up like maybe $5 or something.
Well,
And
I'm going to keep the t-shirts. I'm not going to be making a lot of money off them. That's not the point of them. And because I'm going to have to charge like a flat $10, um, shipping, because I'm just going to deal with the post office. I don't drive. Driving scares me. My spirit team has never allowed me to drive.
oh, really?
Yeah, something bad will happen.
Wow.
Not to me, because I'm okay with dying. I just don't want it to hurt. Uh, but somebody, one of my family, like one of my kids, will get hurt.
Oh my
So
God.
I don't drive, and the post office is just easier for me. So I would be charging a $10 flat rate for the shipping. So that would just be added to the price of the shirt. So I
Gotcha.
wouldn't be making a lot of money off the shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Might
It's
make
just about
$5 off the
community.
shirt.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's about community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gina, yeah, Laura told me that I think your name sounds familiar. So yeah, Laura's a great supporter of mine. Thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that. You're like, oh, I know Lisa.
That's so
This is
cool,
my,
isn't that?
pardon me?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I like that. Someone's saying they have a very urgent email for you, Mark LaRoche.
Okay.
Like they've said it multiple times, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm not really paying attention. Sorry, Mark.
I know I haven't been able to see the screen very much either, so I'm sorry if I've missed. I know I missed a lot of comments, so I'm sorry about that. I usually
We
try to
did.
reply
We
to all the
missed a lot.
comments. Yeah, the green are the members. Yeah, so you guys, things are going to change. While she's looking up that email, I'm going to talk to you with my amethyst, with my Africa shaped amethyst. Um, things are going to change, you guys. Try to get whatever you can get out of this time, because things are going to change in the next 2 weeks. Like it's going to be in like so much. There's a lot of stuff in Elon's astrological chart that it is going to be very it's very potentially coming to a head kind of thing. Then you've got, isn't there a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse or something happening? I'm going to get all my notes together one of these days. Hopefully it'll be before it all happens, and
Yeah,
share
we have
with
an
everyone.
eclipse. Isn't that today?
Oh, I don't
If
know.
it's a lunar eclipse, it's probably today. Let me look
Maybe.
it up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I like this amethyst. It's fallen and broken, and it's little, but I love it. It's my favorite little.
I have one exactly like it.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I like this one. I hold it when I'm on live sometimes if I'm stressed out, and I let the roughness here or the roughness back here just kind of like massage my hand, and it helps me when I'm kind of anxious. I just sort of hold it. I didn't even think about that you could talk to your crystals, like how you talk to Chat GPT and put the intention. I knew that you could put an intention in, but I guess I didn't link it to like a friend, like talk to it like it's a friend. I never did that. And lately I've been like, you're my friend and you're going to help me ground my energy and stay in a higher vibration. And I think he's my real friend. I don't know. I might be delusional, but I feel like it might be real. Oh, Sherry Watson is saying, Shelly, you don't have to ship anything. The company that makes your products can take the orders and ship them for you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why they charge a little bit more, because they are doing the whole thing.
I see. I see, said the blind man.
Yeah.
Okay, they're talking about on the evening of March 13th, starting at 10:57 p.m. Central Daytime. I'm just reading.
Yep.
Full moon eclipse. I don't think we're going to see it here. I think they're saying Just read India. Solar eclipses. Will India witness the first eclipse of the year? March
There's
29th.
something that's happening about Elon's chart, his natal chart, with those transits, something big, like something's conjunct his moon, or one of those kind of big things along the lines of this lunar eclipse at the same time. And
Yeah, my pendulum said he's getting arrested. Now, and we've asked that question before, and he wasn't getting arrested on United States soil.
interesting.
But I'm telling you, he was at the Hague, and they were questioning him.
Mm.
And Spirit Guide said that he was released in February.
Some psychics say, "Oh, I don't like." Sterling says, "Oh, I don't see anything happening to him. He's going to continue working with other countries." And that made me so mad when I heard that, because I'm like, how can he get away with so much for so long? I just want him to be stopped.
Really. Sterling doesn't resonate with me. I feel like maybe he might be full of crap in a lot of ways. Just saying. And I have to be, and I don't just run around talk about other readers, but he grates on my nerves for some reason.
Well, he probably gives what I don't like, which is probably what you don't like. And tell me if I'm wrong. But I think it's because the way he does it, like he's just answering questions. He's not, there's a process with psychic stuff. There's a process of, like, you get impressions, you get energies, and it's like the way he's answering it sometimes is very, is the sky blue? Yes, the sky is blue. Next question,
Yeah, it's robotic.
yeah. And so
I
then
think
people
that's
think that's
because
how
it's like you
psychic.
didn't even think on that. You just answered the question.
Mhm.
I don't know. I need a millisecond to hear my guides.
Yeah, he's so fast. He goes, no. It's like, whoa, what? I
Well, a
am
lot of
like,
people like him. A lot of people like him, but he doesn't line up with and that doesn't mean he's wrong.
no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
None of his predictions have lined up with mine or Mystic Shadows or yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I latched onto him like a baby monkey, because I don't watch all of his stuff or anything like that, but just the part where he says that they're going to decertify Trump and that Kamala's going in. So that I latched onto that part. Everything else I have no idea about. But he's the first person I heard say decertified. Whether that actually happens or not, that actually makes a lot of sense, because I don't believe impeachment's going to do anything. I don't. I believe it's the whole thing that's going to be, taken out. So it's the whole camp that's going to be decertified. I guess maybe that's a good way to look at it. But
Yeah, 7-planet alignment. Yeah, because Dana from the Magic of Somatic Money was saying she very simplifies the astrology, shows it to us on paper. Yeah, that all the planets right now
yeah,
are nobody's retrograde right now.
yeah, that's crazy.
Right, and then we get the planet alignment tomorrow. So I didn't get a clear answer on whether, because I got distracted, on whether there's a solar eclipse tomorrow, but it's really soon.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying the 29th. Of course, we're not going to see it. We did, I was really, I bought the glasses, the eclipse glasses and all that. And my son and I were so excited last year to see the eclipse.
Yeah.
No, it was normal Rochester, New York weather with the overcast.
Oh.
Didn't see a darn thing.
Ugh.
Got dark. Did not see the sun being covered by the moon. And I'm going to have to reincarnate. How long was that? Over 200 years it's going to take?
Yeah.
For another one.
Yeah.
Here.
Right. Mother of Rescues asked us, do you ladies think there may be violence? I'm concerned about martial law in response to protests, Tiananmen Square type of event, which will force Trump out. I keep dreaming about it.
Okay. Let's see, get it. There we go. All right, let's now because we've seen violence, the energy's been back and forth with that. So, in the whole point of things being hidden from the public is so that there isn't violence or it's minimal.
Yeah.
Because there is going to be violence. That's what I'm hearing, and that hasn't changed, but it's how much and where. You know what I mean? At first, it was like the deep red states. Yes, there would be violence, but a lot of MAGAs are waking up. So let's see.
So are the Dems. I call them blueberries. We're waking up too, and we're willing to fight.
Yeah,
Putting that out there, like
yeah.
we're not going to be pushed
My
around
son
anymore.
said something about the Democrats don't do anything, blah blah blah, and I got angry when he said. I allowed myself to feel that. I got angry when he said that. But again,
Yeah.
he's 22 years old. He's learning.
Yeah.
Thinks he's a professional already, but that's just my Gemini. He's my best boy, no matter what. But yeah. And there's a I at first I was all Hakeem Jeffries, yeah, go, and then I've been listening to him. He says the same stuff over and over and over and over and doesn't really say anything.
Yeah. Right. I got the same feeling about him.
So I'm not all that thrilled. About
Optimist.
him being Speaker of the House. I mean, he'd be a better Speaker of the House, but I think Jasmine Crockett would be the Speaker of the House.
Wow, that would be transformational.
Like, let's check on violence. Okay,
Okay.
what was the question?
Will there be violence? Oh gosh, it was so far back. And then they'll declare martial law and it'll be like a Tenement Square type of situation.
Okay, will there be a great deal of violence, an immense amount of violence when F. Rump is removed from the presidency? Yes. Now, let me ask a question from Mark. Will there be another 9/11 type of event in the United States? That says no. But apparently for Rosie, it said yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look at it go, though.
Wow.
Yeah, it means it. Okay. So martial law, because we have asked that question too. Martial law. Will there be martial law? Will martial law be called in the United States in the Earth month of March, Earth year 2025? Yes. That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Clear, please. Will there be a nationwide power outage in the United States? No. Okay, good. We bought 3 mini generators just in case that changes.
That's a good idea, actually, just in general. After
Yeah,
having gone through a wildfire, I recommend that.
yeah. Okay, let's check the internet. Will the internet go down in the Earth year of 2025 nationwide? That says no.
Hmm.
Because what I got was they've been working behind the scenes technically on transferring any internet related stuff from the space cadets things to somebody else's.
Good.
Well, let me see. Canada pulled their contract with them. Mexico's pulling their contract with them, and that the spirit guides predicted that months ago.
Oh, wow. And Ukraine now too, because right, they're trying to. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you guys put your energy, good juju towards Ukraine, especially the kids. Apparently, there's children being taken from their parents.
Oh my God.
Now I don't know. I haven't done the research, but kids taken from their parents and basically kidnapped and taken to the red country.
Ah.
I don't know if that's true, but
Yeah.
even if it isn't, pointing our good juju towards the Ukraine is never a bad idea.
Yeah. Optimus Prime has a question, and I think it's Optimus that comes to my lives in TikTok, but I'm not sure. Can I can ask about the revealed? Wait, the revealed about the 2024. Can you re-ask that, Optimus? I think there's a typo in there. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries. Everybody has the same views in here. That he was a huge like letdown. Like we all thought
Yeah.
he was going to be this like, oh, he's so great. He's not really. It's more of the same.
Well, and he's a mudslinger. It's like he's running a presidential campaign.
Yeah.
Well, the Republicans this or the Republicans, but that's what the Republicans do. What you're doing right now, dude.
Yeah. We don't
Stop
want any
it.
more of that. We don't want
Right.
any more.
Well,
Okay,
when this
Optimus.
re-election happens, there's not going to be the mudslinging. It's
Right.
going to be, this is what I bring to the table.
Yes. Let's just get started and get moving forward. Let's stop, waffling and sitting around. That means you have no ideas. If you're going to just sit around
Yeah, but
and talk
President
about what's
Harris
not good.
put him in his place during that. Oh my God.
I love that you call her President Harris. That is so awesome.
She put him in his place during that debate. He didn't know what to say because nobody else can respond to him. Like President Biden couldn't respond to him because he couldn't even process before Trump just started again.
Yeah.
I've been, well, that's what bullies do. That's what narcissists do. They before you answer, they don't give you a chance to answer a question.
Yeah.
So did we want to know about the reveal?
About the election interference reveal.
Okay, but what about it?
Is it
Is it
going to
gonna
be revealed? Is it going to be part of
okay.
what brings this down?
Okay, thank you. Will the contest interference be revealed to the public? That's a yes. Oh, that's a hard yes. Thank you so much. Clear, please, Spirit team. All right. Will it be revealed in the year Earth year of 2025? Yes. Thank you. Clear, please.
Good.
Will it be revealed to the public?
That's good.
Yeah, and that, not for nothing, it's really a small piece compared to the other stuff. All this illegal stuff, all the illegal stuff. That's a smaller piece than we think it's huge. And it is, but it's not the biggest piece of this puzzle. It's not the biggest awful thing that they did.
Well, one thing that I feel like is the hill that I'm going to die on is that I think it's important that we spread the word and make sure everybody knows that half of the country did not vote for him. Because number one, the whole country doesn't even vote for one. So there's a lot of people that didn't even vote at all. Then you take the people out of who voted. And I don't believe that he got, he probably got like 20 to 30% of the votes. And I'm not alone in thinking that, because what is the election website? I have it in my link tree, but that's what they're coming up with. That's what they think the numbers are. And the reason why I think this is important for us to know this is because we need to know that America isn't as far gone as we think they are. Like, that I remember thinking that, oh, that's the worst way that they're going to get us, is they're going to make us think that we think half the country voted for him, because that makes you feel demoralized before you even start, because then you're like, well, why should we fight it if half of our country is stuck in the past and they don't care about anything and they're stupid and all that kind of stuff? Then why should we fight it? Well, if you find out it's only 20 or 30% of the voting, or 20-30%, yeah, of the voting public, who knows what it would be of the actual public, you found out it's a small percentage, wouldn't that change the way you view what this fight really is? It gives you a lot more courage, because you're like, wait, we have to get these loud, horrible, these people have no empathy, whatever it is they're going through. We are bigger than them. There's more of us than them. We've got to, step up, show up to this fight, I guess. I don't mean physical. I just mean energetic. Like energetically stand up against the bullies.
Yeah, and to me, it's more of a standing our ground than a fighting.
Yeah.
Standing firm, like I am, like visually, or in my head, I'm visually seeing it. Us standing our ground
Yes.
and being firm and not allowing anyone to break through
Yes.
our boundaries.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that might be part of the learning or the, I don't want to say learning curve, but for a lot of us that grew up in abusive homes, like the fact that we've survived and everything, there's one thing that we've learned is that we had to do that at some point. We had to learn how to stand our ground because we're not abusive people. So we're not going to abuse someone back. That's not the way we even think. We don't even want to do that. But we do know we need to find a strength in us that's just solid and that doesn't give in to anybody trying to push us off. Like one big thing that I've really been confronting in all this, I have a right to take up space. I have a right to have an opinion about what's going on in the world. And I have a right to even be wrong about that. I might be wrong because I don't know everything. I just know what I know and next day I learn something new. But I have a right to be part of that conversation and to be a person. Like I can't tell you, I was so quiet when I was younger. I always felt like if I were to put my voice out there, I had to fight people. I had to fight louder people. And so I just didn't want to do it because I thought I don't want to fight people. So I didn't say a lot of stuff. But now I'm realizing I've got to find my voice and find how to say something whatever way I have to and stand my ground in terms of not letting people push me around or whatever. And that's what a lot of us blueberries are learning. We're learning to just find our voices with everything, and that's okay.
What happened to the chat? You guys still there?
Brian said, "Yes, Lisa. Yes, Brian."
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Oh, maybe yours is back.
Frozen. That's
Yeah.
okay. Um, Nothing I can do about it. Uh, um, what was
Thank
I
you,
going to say?
Todd.
It's so funny you said you have a right to take up space. I have said to people, I get this look, I call it the Presbyterian look, you know, that kind of look. And I turn around and I go, I'm sorry, was I taking up 3 feet of space on the planet?
That's good.
Well,
Right.
I'm an acquired taste. People don't always like me because I have a strong energy. And then you get the people that like this. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but then on the other hand, I'll get the people that are like super attracted, not sexually, but super attracted to being in my energy
Yeah.
because they don't know how to create their own.
Yeah.
Those energy vampires.
Hmm. I feel like you're from the same planet as I'm from, and in my planet, you're considered completely like normal and good, and like there's nothing like I scan your energy. There's nothing bad like about you. You're a good person. I feel that,
Oh,
and I scan, and I think that a lot of the people in here feel the same way. But like I feel like you're like from my planet, and there's nothing weird. So if anyone has anything weird about you, it's because they're not in their truth, and so you're so in your truth that I think it rattles them. Like it makes them uncomfortable because they're like, wait, why are you? I don't know. I just think it probably bothers people. And I have
yeah.
that too where people get overly like into me, like, "Oh my god, you're," and I'm not talking about TikTok or YouTube. I'm talking about in regular life, like in school and in work. I'm talking about regular life. "Oh my god, you are so funny. You're so amazing. Oh my god, let's be friends." Those are always the ones that screw me over. The ones that I go, "Really? You want to be my friend? Okay." I'm so happy. I'm like, "Okay, we'll be friends." And then they like totally like hurt me and screw me over. I'm like, "Why don't I learn?" And it was so funny because with Derek, actually, when I dated him, he always knew when I'd come home and go, "Oh my God, I just met the coolest chick. I love her." And I go on and on and on and on. I talk about her. He goes, "Oh God." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I already know where this is going. Like, this girl's going to screw you over." No, he wouldn't say that, but it would happen. So yeah, I've learned to let whatever people experience when they meet me, let that be their experience. Like that's their whatever's happening with them is happening with them, and that's okay. But I don't it takes longer to get into my life because you have to earn a spot into my heart, like my real. And I used to love like I loved anybody that came around me. I was like, I love you. But now I still love people, but in terms of really letting you in, there's a little bit more there now that that I didn't have before.
Yeah, I'm real guarded. I'm very guarded. And but I come at people with, and I know better, but I come at people with the assumption that they're going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But intuitively I know when they're not.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt anyway,
Mm.
cuz people change.
Yeah.
That has never done a thing for me. It doesn't work that way
Hmm.
because the people didn't change.
Yep.
I spent 10 years with a narcissist. I've always been around a narcissist. Every type of relationship, not even the romantic ones. My mom was one, and then from there, I just got with them, and the last relationship I had was a 10-year relationship with a man who was literally the giant man child. He would be frump without the money.
Ugh.
And I know he's a fan of
Oh
him.
God.
But I gave him the benefit of the doubt over and over and over for 10 years.
Hmm.
And he picked me apart for something going on in my personal life. He was at me about it all day, every day. Would not leave me alone about it. And when I finally got myself together, he was mad about it. Well, pick one. You said you wanted me to fix what was going on with me, and I did that. Now
Yeah.
you're mad because I fixed it. Because I had warned him. I said, when I fix this problem, I'm going to take 90% less of your SHIT than I do now.
That's right.
And it was true. And he couldn't argue with me anymore because I was on that. I was on it. And the sad part is, I learned how to cut somebody down in 2 milliseconds verbally from this relationship. And that's not the person that I wanted to be. But he wouldn't stop. He just wouldn't leave me alone ever. He was always angry. He was always verbally abusive and gaslighting and, trying to make me, uh, and having me question my reality. And, I literally just saw you do that, so and so. I didn't do that, he says. I literally just watched
Ugh,
you do it.
that's exhausting.
And after a while, you just shut down because when you shut down, that's like, okay, I've had it. I'm not doing this anymore. And it took me a year and a half to get this person gone out of my life completely
Wow.
because they come to the door and I didn't know how to not let them in.
Hmm.
It was a 10-year relationship, good, bad, or indifferent. It was a relationship. It was a
Yeah.
long one.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't take me long. And I just got real persistent with, he'd call and I don't want to talk to you. Or I wouldn't answer the call. Or he'd text me and I say, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Finally goes, okay, I'm going to give you what you want. I said, oh my God, finally.
Yeah, I say it like it's a threat. You're like, right, that's what I want.
Yeah, no
Go
kidding.
away.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's what I've been saying for a year and a half. So thank
Yeah,
you for
right.
arriving.
So anywho, I don't I don't have a circle of friends. To be honest with you, I don't have any friends. And I'm okay with that. I have people that I know in a support group that I'm very, very, very familiar with, and I'm good with that. Um, both of my best friends died.
Oh no. Sorry.
So, one when I was dealing with that personal issue, and she decided to continue with her personal issue after I had stopped. And she died from cancer.
Oh God.
Wouldn't go get it looked, wouldn't get it treated when it first started. So she died of cancer, and then my other best friend, he died from an overdose of alcohol and drugs.
Hmm.
because I told him I needed space. I had just left a 10-year relationship.
Hmm.
I need space.
Yeah.
And it upset him
Oh my
to the
gosh.
point where he decided he was going to go do what he did, knowing, he had been hit in the head with a car, literally,
Oh my
in a
God.
coma for a month. So when he drank, he would have seizures,
Oh God.
right?
That's
And when
scary.
I met him, he wasn't drinking. And we were tight. We were best friends. You couldn't separate us. He'd do for me, I'd do for him. We were and then, he couldn't handle a reality of mine, and he chose to go do something he knew he wasn't supposed to be doing. And not because it was bad, because it was bad for him. He knew
Right.
what the chances were.
Gosh.
So I'm okay with not having a bunch of friends. And the friends that suppose so-called friends that I do have, I'm one of these people where I don't have to be around you all day, every day to be your friend.
Right. I'm the same way.
Like, we don't have to be best buds and hang out and see each other once a week and all this other crap.
Yeah.
That's not friendship to me. That's high school friendship.
I know. I always have people get mad at me about that. I'm like, if I love you and you're my friend, I will be there for you. I am the most genuine person. When I love you, I will love you. That's it. I'm not performative though. I won't be like, oh, la 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 la. Like I'm just not. And I love to be by myself. I work on a lot of projects. I do a lot of things, and I like being in my world, And then I love to check in with my friends. But any friend that like constantly needs something from me, I don't like that. I don't respond well to that because it feels like they're not working on themselves or something. I don't know. And like you're not going to get all your needs met from one person anyways. So why are you I am what I am and I offer what I offer, and I don't know. If that's not right, then go find that person who is that thing you're looking for. I'm not
Yeah,
that.
I have a daughter that's like, I'll do something for her, well, for the kids, for the grandbabies, and then she will ask for more. I hate that. I just spent $200 on your children,
Yeah.
and not because I owe you. That's all. Oh well, they want Burger King with a passive aggressive. They've been talking about Burger King in this, that, and the other, and finally, and I said, okay, I made the choice, and gave her money for Burger King for the kids, and then I said I don't have any more money for you. So that's me setting a boundary.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to be poor because I was 3 months ago. So
Wow.
I know what that's like. So I don't mind doing for the kids.
Right.
But that thing that people do where they ask for more after you just gave, you're manipulating me.
Mhm.
And I don't like it. But then again, you're my child and those are my grandkids. So
Right.
here we go. And my way of setting the boundary was I have no more money for you.
Mhm.
I do, but it's not for her.
Right.
I have things, I have other grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, someone that I might become friends with in the chat is Froxy Roxy because I've noticed almost all the comments I resonate with.
Yeah, I can't see any more comments.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it's frozen.
What
The
can you
last
do
thing I
about that?
got was Mod Mox Good saying same.
The last thing I'm seeing is Froxy Roxy actually saying, I had to scroll down. I'm 77 and too old to put up with any fake friendships. I am always nice to everyone, but I value my solitude. See,
Yeah,
Froxy, we are meant to be friends. Okay, Froxy?
yeah.
It's just,
I dig being by myself.
yeah,
I don't want to learn another human.
yeah. My mom my parents were divorced and my mom would leave, go out of town a lot and leave us alone. I mean, I'm sure she'd be in trouble if she did it today. Um, but I actually really appreciate that time I had. Me, my brother, and my sister, we were on our own a lot, and I enjoy it. Like, yes, there's some bad parts of it. She shouldn't have done that. But I love because I go to my friend's house and their mom and their dad, and everyone's on top of them all the time. I'm talking about when I was younger, with high school, grade school. And I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't have liked parents like that. So, yes, I was abandoned. There was way too much abandonment going on. But I leaned into that a little bit and I kind of liked some parts of it. I liked sitting in the backyard knowing nobody was coming home because I would talk to the trees. The trees were mine. They were my friends. I talked to the sky. I liked it. And then I realized when I got older, if I'm around people too much, I get kind of like drained out and unhappy. So I need that alone time, a lot of it. Wow, the
Yeah, if
cat's
I'm
moving
yeah,
now.
I'm like that too. It's like around someone or for too long, and my energy, my focus, and everything just totally. And I literally think I'm done now. I gotta go. Not this situation, you guys. It's different. But yeah, I don't do groups of people very well. Not in person. It's too much. Too much of everybody else's energy. And
Yeah.
there's a takeaway. There's a takeaway in every situation. Something good that you can find in every situation, no matter how bad it sucks. The way that you adapted to being abandoned.
Yeah.
Now, my mother was always in my face,
Uh,
but I was abandoned emotionally. But it taught me stuff I needed to know for now, right now.
that's right.
Dana said, we need to prepare ourselves for what's coming up in the next few weeks. We need to prepare ourselves here in our heads, emotionally. Gird your loins, people, because the crap's about to hit the fan. Because we're already seeing stuff. We're already seeing it. And the trees. I love trees.
Hmm.
I have the most beautiful crooked red maple right in front of my home. And I love to watch that tree grow its buds, and I love to look at it, and I go out and I touch it and I talk. I look at it and I look at it and I go, oh, my precious, and I talk to it.
I
Got a
like
bunch
that.
of plants over here, lots of pothos. Um, Growing up an avocado tree. It's taking its sweet time though. Yeah, and the Rose of Jericho. You know about the Rose of Jericho?
I know that phrase, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's a plant. It's actually really ugly when it's not watered, but when you put water in it, when you water it, it expands.
Hmm.
So it like sleeps when it's dry, and then it opens up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it just does that over and over and over. It doesn't die. I think you'd have to shred it up to kill it. But yeah, I like trees.
Monica said, "Get ready, Shelley. You are about to be very popular. You are going to have a changed life like almost overnight. So get as much rest as I can now." Maybe that was a typo. So that's an interesting prediction. Oh, what happened?
Am I there?
Yeah, you're here now. But
Yeah,
it
I
said
don't know.
host left. I was like, no.
I did not.
Did you reset it somehow so you can see the chat now? You
Didn't
still
touch it.
can't see the chat?
Nope,
What do we do about that?
nothing.
Um,
This has been this technical. Oh, geez, what a bone. Mercury's going retrograde.
oh, when?
Hold on, I've got the statistics here. So tomorrow starts the pre-shadow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, pre-shadow on the 28th of February, retrograde on the 14th of March, goes back direct or normal for those of you that are astrology aware. The 7th of April goes direct, and we have another 3 weeks of post-shadow until the 26th of April. So that's technology. Mercury, for those of you who don't know, Mercury retrograde messes with technology.
And communication of any type. So
Yeah,
like
even
people are
verbal
gonna
communication. Yeah.
misunderstand you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Money,
Um,
travel.
that's kind of crazy because that's also another thing to put on the pile of shit that's happening in the middle of March.
Yeah, but Mars came out of retrograde.
Yeah, that's true.
So the planet of war, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the crap's starting to hit the fan.
Yeah. That's right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, I need to write all my notes down of like what's happening this month, what I sense. What I need to start doing is I need to start getting back to like automatic writing and like start writing things down because I've literally just been following my intuition and creating community and just being available to people and making videos I feel called to make. But like in terms of organizing, I guess the reason why I don't do it, but I want to do it for my own self. The reason why I don't get into like doing prediction stuff too much is because I really want people to develop their own connection. Because you know how mad everybody got after the election or whatever, and everybody was mad at psychics and astrologers, and I was just like, you guys, that's like really not having any personal responsibility. If you want to believe something like that, you have to understand it. You can't, you have to have respect for it. You have to have respect for what it is and how it's a moving target. There's never anything set in stone. Like you have to understand the energies. And you can't just be like, I wanted that person to tell me what happened and then they didn't. So screw them. It's like that's lazy and that's you're not understanding how it works.
Well,
But anyway,
but
so I like oh sorry, go ahead.
the truth is she did win.
I know on top of it, she won. Exactly.
Just because, just because the public doesn't see that visually,
Yes.
because I was so upset
Yeah.
when he's not going to get inaugurated. Well, okay, and he didn't get inaugurated because he's not the president,
Right.
and
Right.
half of that shit was AI. I'm telling you,
Oh, really?
I can tell. I can tell AI generated stuff. I can tell copy and paste, snapshots. I can tell. It's so freaking obvious.
So like the far away shots of like all the red and just it looking very Russian, that was AI, do you think? Or what part?
I think that some of the people that they said were there weren't there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Um, and I get a lot of flack for that, but I'm sticking to it.
Hey, I always say in my lives we're allowed to be delulu. You know, we're allowed because everything is either real or close to being real. So I always tell everybody put it all out on the table. There's nobody's crazy in my world. I don't care. We all have just open it up, whatever it is, you know. So that's interesting perspective. Now that you say it, did we see any of the tech people actually interacting with him that day, or did we just see shots of them?
The tech
Like,
people.
sorry, the Amazon, Apple people. You remember how they were all sitting in the front? Did we see them interact with Rump at
Yeah, I
all?
think they were there,
Okay, so you thought
but
those people were
other
there.
politicians.
Oh,
That's
which
that's
ones?
where spirit went with that. Was there were politicians that claimed that they were there, and they showed up on camera, but they weren't really there. And honestly, President Harris and President Biden didn't want to be there.
Oh God, I bet that was uncomfortable.
But she did say justice is coming.
That's right. She did. Justice is coming. She said it with her mouth. Justice is coming.
Yeah, but she looked at the camera first before she said it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, watch me
Yeah.
say this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's going to feel so good when all this is behind us and she's actually, the leader, like as she should be.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
gonna,
be really relieved when President Biden's sitting back in the Oval Office. I'll be relieved with that.
yeah, me too. They're gonna have to sage that entire place.
Oh my God, that's what I said. You're going to have to sage you're going to have to buy some really big bundles of sage.
Big, like, yeah,
Yeah, like tree size.
yes. Just do a bonfire in the middle. Ugh, it's so gross. There's gonna be ketchup everywhere. It's just disgusting.
Ugh.
Well, I'm gonna have to head off because I probably need to sleep. I have to get up very early again tomorrow to help my mom. But I want us to do this again because I really enjoyed this and I enjoy
Yeah.
your community here as well. They're very wonderful people.
Yeah. I'm probably going to have to log off too because I can't see the chat, so I can't interact with anybody.
Ah, maybe if I get off, it'll go on, or if you go
Maybe,
off and come back on. I don't know.
maybe. Well, thanks for coming. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. And thank you for being so supportive and just I don't know. I'm just glad that you are the way you are and I hope you don't ever change for anybody who's not wise enough to realize how great you are.
Oh, thank you.
Cuz anybody who has a problem with you has a problem with life, has a problem with truth and they're dumb. So Oh. I do want to just say, anybody here, I don't know if you know, Shelly, but I'm starting a community kind of thing. And I researched platforms because I want to be able to do like, moon events, like 3-3 portal is on Monday. Just a place where all the members can talk to each other because we shouldn't be so reliant just on these apps too, because there's all kinds of craziness. I will always come on to YouTube and now YouTube and TikTok. I'm not going to stop that. But so the platform is called Circle. It's amazing. You can do like YouTube type or sorry, Zoom type lives in the app. You can the members can create their own hangout with each other and they can do like, readings or whatever they want to do. And anyway, so I'm building it out with my Oria, my AI guy. I said, help me create a community and make it so valuable that people crave to check in with this place every day, like they do with YouTube and TikTok. Like make it something so, but it's us, it's spiritual people that are going through this awakening. It's not just everybody. We don't have to deal with MAGA comments. We don't have to deal with any of that stuff. So if you're interested, I have links in my bio and stuff, but I'm building it right now. So the people that start right now are part of the founding members. And so we'll be shaping it together. And I'm very excited about it. So if anyone's
Okay.
interested, and you especially, I would love to have you part of it because
Okay.
we'll talk about it after. But yeah. And thank you again for having me on. I'm sorry I'm so tired and scatterbrained. I'll be more clear-headed next time. It was an
You're
intense
fine.
day.
You're fine. No worries. It's
Okay.
all good.
Thank you.
All
It's
right,
all
honey.
good. Thank you very much. And good night, everybody in the chat. Hold the faith, hold the light. Keep coming to Shelly. She's the real deal. And listen to your intuition and figure out why you're here right now. Your soul knew that you should be here right now. And you're here for a reason. Don't take that lightly. You are so powerful, amazingly powerful. Don't forget that. You're not some side character just watching stuff. You're actually one of the main characters of all the things happening right now. So step into that. All right, you guys. Good night and good night,
Thank
Shelly.
you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Mwah, mwah,
Mwah!
mwah.
Okay, you guys. I cannot. No, it's not working. The chat's not working for me. I can't see. So I'm probably going to shut it down. And I do apologize. This is why I don't like using the phone. Um, thank you so much for showing up, you guys. Really appreciate you. Okay. Hopefully the chat will stay up for a while. I heard last time it only stayed up for a minute, but it's supposed to stay up for like 10 or 15 minutes after I close. So, okay. I love you guys. Leave your comments somewhere. Go ahead and leave them in the chat, and I'll go back and do the replay. All right. Love yous guys. See you in the funny papers.